A new political force, the United Workers' Party, was officially announced on Wednesday by its founder, Sherwyn Downer, a former ardent supporter of the People's Progressive Party for over 2 decades. Downer, also General Secretary, hosted a press conference to make the first public announcement of the party's existence at the Caribbean Inn Hotel at Mon Repos, East Coast, Demerara. The executive members did not want to say just yet their respective designations in the party. They are Rameshwar Lalbachan, Daglimer Lance, and Edgar Antonio. Downer, who says he has absolutely no issues with funding his new party through supporters locally and in the diaspora, whom he preferred not to name, said his decision to form a new party is not a result of any personal issues with the PPP.
In good conscience, I could no longer continue to support the party based on what is happening currently. With the leaders in the party currently are no longer leaders of a political party. That's a commercial and his business. They're in competition who wants to own business, co-own, and who wants front men and women to run business. So I think the party has deviated clearly from its true formation as to how it was built by the former leader, Chelly Jagan. So the leaders today, and I base my decision on that. That's my conviction, that the party leaders have lost directions currently. They no longer concern themselves with the welfare of the poor and working class. They're more inclined to be in business.
Downer detailed a series of plans that he said the party would achieve in the first 100 days if it gets elected. Among them are biweekly payments for workers instead of monthly, travel free for Amerindians, a review of PAYE, a reduction of the NIS contributions, and quarterly distribution of rations.
As part of a first 100-day plan in office when elected, dry ration and grocery vouchers will be introduced quarterly. All loans to the commercial banks under 2 million Guyanese dollars will attract no interest on that amount. All loans for educational, housing, and medical purposes, the government will subsidize the interest on those loans borrowed for those three categories: housing, educational, and medical purposes. And these are the amount: $3 million for medical purposes, education is 4.7, and housing $30 million. So on those three categories of loan to the commercial banks, the government, the Workers' Party, government, and while in office, we will ensure that the loans for these three categories, the interests have been subsidized by the government. A duty and tax-free day will be announced for all Guyanese at home and in the diaspora. The United Workers' Party will subsidize all diaspora Guyanese wanting to come home. Airfares will be subsidized by the government to up to a family member and friends of 12 persons. So if Guyanese in the diaspora wants to come home, whether it's for vacation, for private purposes, or for holidays, all airfares for Guyanese returning home, wherever part of the globe they are in the diaspora, the Workers' Party and government will subsidize all airfares for their and their families and friends coming. So within the first 100 days, our party and government will dismantle the two umbrella union bodies, and there will be one parade for the workers. An anti-corruption prosecutor will be appointed within the first 100 days to address the issue of corruption in our country, which has become a national pandemic. An anti-corruption commission will replace SOCU, the existing Special Organized Crime Unit, will be replaced by an anti-corruption commission which will operate independent of the Guyana Police Force. As you know, currently SOCU is being controlled by the Guyana Police Force. So with the Workers' Party and government, it will be replaced by an anti-corruption commission which will be independent, operating independently of the Guyana Police Force, along with an anti-corruption prosecutor. The first vacancy when the Workers' Party is elected into office will be a vacancy for an anti-corruption prosecutor. That vacancy will not be confined to Guyana, but will be confined to CARICOM. Will be open up for CARICOM, Commonwealth, ABC countries, and those from the European can apply for that vacancy as an anti-corruption prosecutor.
He told the newsroom that he believes his party has the competence to manage the booming oil and gas industry. Even though unable to identify the persons in this sector, he said well-trained personnel is available to the party working behind the scenes. Downer said this is just a public announcement and that the official launch of the party will be in a few months. For the newsroom, Talisha Ramnarayan.